how I took my skin from this to this. If you are struggling with your skin at the minute, I just want you to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Having acne is one of the hardest things. I know it is exterior and it is superficial, but the impact that it can have on you, like, I understand, I have been there, but just know there is hope. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be my acne update. If you follow me for a while, you know that I've struggled with my skin in the past and I've had an ongoing relationship with skincare and struggles with acne and all of that. So I'm going to give you an official update on the situation with my skin right now, what's been happening, and hopefully some tips and tricks to help you if you are struggling with your skin at the minute. While you're here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell for more videos, and yeah, let's get on with it. So to start off just with a little bit of backstory, if you have been following me for a while, you know that I really struggled with my skin. It was about 4 years ago now that it all started. In 2020, something triggered my skin to just have the biggest breakout ever. I was covered in acne. I'll insert some pictures of what my skin looked like around that time. The breakouts started off around my chin and my mouth, and then they slowly just spread up my cheeks, and before I knew it, this whole portion of my face was just covered in acne. So just a really quick roundup of what happened. So I basically persevered with that and put up with that for around 3 months. So I just thought, it'll pass, it's one of those things, like just keep persevering with it and it'll get better. After about 3 months, it did not get better, it just got progressively worse. So eventually I ended up going to the doctors and I went on antibiotics, and I also went on topical creams for my skin. So I was prescribed limecycline and Epiduo, which I was on for at least 6 months, I would say. My acne cleared up. I was one of the very lucky ones that my acne actually cleared up with the use of the Epiduo. I know a lot of people that it just hasn't worked for. Now, it wasn't an easy experience. If you do want a little bit more information on my experience with Epiduo and what happened during that whole period, I will leave those other videos linked down below, so go and check those out. So after about 6 months of treatment, my acne completely went away and I was left with these awful acne scars all over my face, all over my chin, all over my cheeks. I basically just had big red or black marks. Now, if you've struggled with acne, you will know that actually I think the worst part about the whole experience is the scars, because once the acne goes, like, that can go very quickly. The spots themselves can disappear within a week, 2 weeks, and obviously if you've got new breakouts coming up all of the time, that can take longer. But for full resolution of your acne, like, that can happen very quickly. Acne scars, however, if those scars are deep rooted in your skin, they can take months and months, if not years to go, which is just such a pain. Again, I've got another video on how I dealt with my acne scars the first time around, so I'll leave that link down below if you want to go check that out, where I give you some product recommendations and talk you through things that I did to get rid of my scarring. So after that, my scarring probably took a further 6 months to go, so I would say this whole process probably lasted a full 12 months, 6 months with active acne, and then 6 months of dealing with the scars. So that's just a really quick backstory as to what happened with my skin about 4 years ago now. Fast forward to about 6 months ago, my skin was clear as day, didn't have a spot, didn't have acne. Of course, I got the odd breakout, just as girls, I feel like that's just what happens, it's our time of the month, all of that stuff. So I was in a really good place with my skin, I was really happy with it, I was on my skincare game, and we were doing well. Your girl woke up one morning and had an allergic reaction to something. I was covered in like rashes and just redness and like hives, like all sorts of weird stuff, and it was all around my chin area. I thought nothing of it and I thought I'll just let it pass. Week 2, 3 weeks went by and it just got progressively worse, and I was worried, like the acne was returning. So at this point, I'm like, I really don't want to go back through that epidural process again. I really don't want to go back to square one. Like, I'm going to put this off for as long as I possibly can and just hope that it gets better. And it was really strange because I'm not exactly sure what changed. All of the acne and all of the marks were again around my chin area, and I was actually quite lucky this time that it didn't spread up to my cheeks. It actually just stayed around my chin area. Again, I persevered with it. I just let it be, and I thought, you know, maybe it's my hormones, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's something I'm eating. I adapted my diet and I gave it about probably another 3 months again. 3 months passed and I was like, right, it's happening again. We're gonna have to go back to the doctors. It's happening again. I'll insert a picture of what my skin looked like the second time around. It was nowhere near as bad as the first time around, but once you've had that happen once, I kind of had the fear the entire time that that was going to happen again and it was going to get that bad again. So I kind of wanted to stop it before it progressed to that point. I went back to the doctors. A tip for you all as well, if you are making an appointment with your doctors, try and see if your GP has a specified dermatologist at the doctor. Each doctor there will be a GP, but a lot of them might be specialised in different areas, or some of them might be cardiologists, or I don't even know any other types of doctors, but some of them might be dermatologists. So if there is a dermatologist at your doctor, just ask the receptionist which doctor is the dermatologist and make sure you get an appointment with them, just because they are going to know that little bit more, they are going to have that little bit of extra information, and you're going to be able to have a bit of a more meaningful conversation with them. Sorry if I've moved positions slightly or anything like that. My sister just knocked at the door and I had to run and answer the door, but I'm back. So I made an appointment with my dermatologist, went back to the doctors, and I seen the same doctor that I actually seen the first time, which helped a little bit because I'm not going to lie, he didn't entirely remember, but at least he had a little bit of an idea of like what had happened in the past. We had a bit of a chat and concluded that it was basically hormonal acne. Again, I've never really believed much in where your spots are on your face or like the reason why you have them. I know people say like if it's on your cheeks it's a certain thing, if it's on your forehead it's your diet, if it's on your chin it's hormonal. I've never necessarily believed in that. However, all of my breakouts are on my upper lip and my chin, and it's always hormonal acne. So maybe just pay attention to that. If you are always breaking out in like a certain area of your face, like I wouldn't pay it too much mind, like I wouldn't rely entirely on it. But if you've got a suspicion that it's like your diet and then it's a certain area that says it could be your diet, like maybe just investigate that a little bit more and just pay it a little bit more attention than what you might have in the past, because it seems to have been the case for me. So through a chat with the dermatologist, he basically gave me two options this time. The first time, because of how intense it was, my only option was Epiduo. This time he actually gave me the option of Epiduo or Differin. He actually gave me two different options and basically explained that Differin is a bit more of a mild version of Epiduo basically. I think the main difference is, so they're both basically adapalene based, but the main difference is that Epiduo also contains benzoyl peroxide. So benzoyl peroxide is what's going to kill the bacteria that is causing the acne on your skin. However, that ingredient is so drying. That's what causes most of the irritation, most of the redness, most of that crocodile skin. I'll insert some pictures of what my skin looked like when I was using Epiduo the first time around and how much just of an adverse reaction that I had. So through discussions with the dermatologist, we basically decided that this time around I didn't actually need to go all the way straight to Epiduo and do the adapalene plus benzoyl peroxide. I could actually use the different option, which was just the adapalene and no benzoyl peroxide. So because of that, it actually is a lot more hydrating and a lot more moisturising. So Epiduo is a gel, so it's quite drying, it really strips your skin and of course causes the irritation, whereas adapalene is actually a moisturiser. So it's not that drying, you can use it as a nighttime cream, and it's basically just a whole better experience than using Epiduo. If you are struggling with your skin, maybe don't jump straight to Epiduo if you don't feel like it's intense enough to need it. I think if you are really struggling with your skin and you just want it fixed and you're happy to put up with the retinisation and the dryness and the crocodile skin, go for Epiduo. It will be 3 months of absolute hell. I'm sorry, it will, but it will fix it really quick. If it's not that bad and you just kind of need something to help you along and try and treat the acne that you've got, go for the Differin cream. It's a lot less intense and it might take a little bit longer, but you're not going to have the same level of reaction like at all. So we are now about 3 months on, 2.5 to 3 months on from that initial appointment, and I've been using the Differin cream every single night, and I've also been on a course of limecycline again as well. Limecycline is the antibiotic that the doctors will prescribe you to kill the bacteria in your system if that is what's causing your acne. I'll be honest, I feel like you don't need that. I don't feel like it does anything, and it's a 3-month course as well. My first tip would be try and identify why the acne is happening. Obviously that can be quite difficult, but really try and identify, do you think it's hormonal? Could it be to do with your diet? Is there something different that you've used on your skin that could be causing it? Try and identify the cause of the problem yourself. The doctors can help with that, but nobody knows your own skin like you do, so first step, try and do that. Second step is make an appointment at the doctor's. Don't prolong it if it's not getting any better. Don't prolong it. I think I was always in denial that it'll heal, but if there's a problem, it's not going to heal until it gets fixed. So don't think that it'll just pass over. If it's maybe been a week or 2 weeks, be a little bit more patient. But if it's been around a month or so, I would say that that problem needs to be fixed rather than just prolonging the problem and ending up with more acne scarring than what you need. The third thing I would do is be persistent with the doctors. They might try and fob you off. They might try and just say, come back, or say, stop eating so much sugar or any of that. Be persistent, be clear on what you want, tell them exactly what's happening, do your own research and tell them what you want, tell them that you want to go on topical creams, tell them what you want to do basically, and just be really clear about what you want help with. I would personally choose Differin over the option of Epiduo unless your acne is really severe, or at least start with Differin and try that for a week or two and then build up to the Epiduo, unless you're happy to have the really bad reaction and potentially, honestly, I didn't want to leave the house when my skin was like that. Unless you're prepared to have that period of 2 or 3 months, I would go with the Differin option, because yes, you still get reaction, but it's nowhere near as severe and it's definitely more bearable. My last tip would be, it sounds really obvious, but really strip back your skincare. If your skin is really in a state of stress and it's red and it's inflamed and it's active acne, don't be putting actives on your skin every single night. Like, that is only going to irritate your skin even more. If there's a lot of redness and a lot of like ration, if you're putting actives on your skin every single night to try and heal it, like, that is really, really not going to help. Strip back your skincare. Make sure you're focusing on hydration, hydration, hydration. Make sure that your skin is hydrated and moisturized. Don't try and dry out your spots by putting toothpaste on them or anything like that. That is genuinely not going to help. You can use the strong creams, the topical creams that you're going to get from the doctors, which are going to dry out your skin, and then reapply the moisture on top. Make sure you are reapplying the moisture. Don't try and drought your skin, because it's not the answer. Okay guys, that is the end of this video, and that is just a quick roundup of my acne journey so far. I'm still very much on this journey. I don't expect that this is something I'll never have to deal with again in my life. Sometimes it's probably going to crop up, especially times of stress or high hormones, anything like that. God, I can't imagine what I'll be like when I'm pregnant. That'll probably just be hell on earth. But anyways, I hope this video was helpful for you in somewhat way, shape or form. Like I said, I will leave the other videos linked down below of my experience the first time around, my experience with Epiduo, how I dealt with mascara, and all that type of good stuff. If you do want any more information on Differin or Epiduo or any of the creams that I've used, or basically anything about my experience, please leave a comment down below. I'd be happy to help, because I know how hard this can be, and I know how many hours I spent scrolling and scrolling on the internet and on YouTube, basically looking for answers from other people. So please just leave your comments down below. I'd be more than happy to help. Any of the videos that you want me to create around this topic, more than happy to do so. I do have another video coming soon on my top product recommendations for dealing with acne, and both dealing with acne scars as well, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that one. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, while you're here, please don't subscribe. No, do subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, while you're here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.